Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Sean Anthony. Listen, I am excited because you're here rocking with me, and you could have been anywhere, fam. And in the words of Jay-Z, I appreciate that. But let me tell you this. I wanted to really talk about today how I know right now, as of this month in 2023, there are a lot of people who aren't where they want to be in life. There are a lot of people who have techniques, who have made money, who have desires to be great, who want to become entrepreneurs, or perhaps you have a business right now and you're struggling and you're trying to figure out, how do I get out of this slump? How do I figure out what's going to work? How do I do something different that is going to help me? And so on today's episode, I want to share with you 3 creative ways to get out of a slump that's going to motivate you to realize that there is more to life, fam. There's more to life. And in fact, I hope you have your pencil. I hope you have your paper. I hope you're taking notes because, fam, I brought my notes so that I can give you this game. And I want to start off by sharing this very first creative technique. The first technique is I want you to unearth your hidden talents. That's right. I believe that every single person has a unique capability, a unique skill set, but they don't know how to always access it. So here's what I want you to do. Here's a technique. I want to share with you right now the 10-minute rule. Here's what I mean by the 10-minute rule. This is where you're going to dedicate just 10 minutes, fam, just 10 minutes a day to something new. What's something that you're like, you know what? I want to know more about that. Oh, what's something that you're like, okay, I could probably do that. Whether it's painting, whether it's coding, whether it's cooking, whether it is doing something that you have no idea why you even are doing it. For 10 minutes, I want you to do that. And here's the reason why. And I'm gonna give you an example. There are people right now, whether you're an accountant, people who have discovered just a passion for different skill sets, but they did not know until they tried. And that's what I want you to do right now, because whether you're somebody that has said to yourself, hey, look, I have no idea what I'm good at anymore. By doing these 10-minute daily experience, you are going to lead yourself to starting something successful. I'll tell you a story. There's someone I know that started off being just an accountant who said, you know what? I want to learn more about woodwork. This guy spent 10 minutes a day learning about woodwork so much that he started to open up his own furniture company. He found a new passion. He found new ideas. He unearthed these hidden talents. And right now, I know if you're listening to the show, there are some things that you are good at. You just have to put yourself out there and try it. Number 2, small steps, big impact. And this is a challenge I want you to look at. Small steps, big impact. I want to challenge you right now, whether, wherever it is. I want you to take, 3 small but impactful actions within this next week. Like these can be like sending an appreciative message, telling somebody, hey, look, I appreciate you for what you've done. Or perhaps it could be starting a journal, being more consistent in writing to that journal, and dedicating 15 minutes a day to developing and working on this new skill. So here's a technique I want you to try. It's called the Power Hour. That's right. I wrote this down for you and I'm sharing this game for you. This technique is called the Power Hour, where you have 1 hour a day to work on your chosen challenge. So you can break it down within 15-minute intervals. So I don't want you to overthink this. You have 1 hour a day to do this. So you can spend 15 minutes learning even a new language, perhaps. Over time, what you'll find out is that you'll start building like this fluency and end up securing maybe even a job that you had no idea that they needed someone that can speak bilingual. Right? You never know what's possible. But remember, the purpose of this right now is to take those small steps that have a big impact later on for you. I want you to remember this. This is the most important part. The power of consistent effort will showcase this, guys. The power of you being consistent and saying, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something this week that's a little bit different. I got to get out of this slump. I want this for you. Number 3, and this is so important because I think of a lot of people right now that are watching this, whether you're watching this right now on YouTube, on our channel, Schools Over Now What, or you're listening to us right now while you're in the car. You have to rewrite your story. Stop thinking that the story and the life that you live right now is the only life you're supposed to have. You can wake up in an instant and rewrite your entire story. I want you to explore the ideas. I want you to explore the different things, the different perspectives that can lead you to positive outcomes. A lot of times we're looking around us and we're remembering and we're taking in all the negative things that are happening, but we have to start shifting the way we're thinking. And the way we do that is by rewriting our story. So you're probably saying, yo, Sean, how do I rewrite my story, fam? Like, this is my life. I can't make this up. I'm going to give you another technique. And this technique is called the ABCDE technique. And here's the thing with this one, right? This is like almost like a challenge. I'm going to challenge your negative thoughts by examining the activating event, beliefs, consequences, disputation, and new energized belief. So let me break it down and give you an example, right? Let's say you're somebody that is listening to the show right now and you have lost your job. That is a activating event. Like that's a game changer. But let's say initially you believe that there were, things that you did at this job that makes you a failure. That is considered a belief, right? Which leads to you feeling discouraged. It leads to you feeling like you ain't got the sauce anymore. This ain't the job for you anymore. You could be doing a lot of other things. This also could lead to you just avoiding jobs and applying for other job applications. And that's what I like to call the consequences. So after using like this ABCDE method, right? After you use this technique, I want you to challenge your belief. I want you to realize that that job that you supposedly lost does not define your worth, fam. Right? This should lead to a renewed motivation and also, a proactive job search. This should impact. This should be that, that disputation and energized belief. Remember, tough times don't last. Tough people do. And because you're going through something right now in your life, you have to realize that there is more to it. Everyone has these moments. And remember, what may have worked 3 months ago might not work now, fam. It's time for you to switch it up. And if you follow through with these techniques, this is a way of you getting out of the slump, realizing your power, realizing that you have what it takes, and realizing that you deserve more out of life. Fam, I hope you have been writing these things down. I hope if you have enjoyed this episode, you will not be selfish, but share this episode with a friend and impact others. We'll see you next week. And this thing, guys, I want you to always remember, dream it, believe it, go out and get it.